What's something you'd find in a lower class home that rich people wouldn't understand? No towel is ever the same. Just random odd towels and face cloths. Bonus points for beach towels with Disney characters on them. Super faded and from the 90s. And those are the best towels because they dry way better than the newer ones. Diluted dishwashing soap that doubles as hand washing soap. Growing up poor, I've actually used Dawn dish soap as laundry detergent and Tide laundry detergent as dish soap. Use whatever you have on hand. As a kid, grabbing our clothes in the morning and dressing in front of the wood stove, because it was the only warm spot in the house. In the summer, fans everywhere and all the windows open. Drying off after a bath, with siblings, in front of the wood stove before bed so your hair was dry and wouldn't freeze. My bedroom is the living room of our trailer. I tied a rope from one wall to another and draped a blanket over it so I have somewhat of a wall. Several almost worn-out pairs of cheap shoes. Ah yes, the work shoes, so you don't mess up your nice shoes until they become the work shoes. And so the cycle goes. When it's really hot in the south, it can be hard to sleep. I keep a Mr. Water bottle by the bed and mist the sheet before I go to sleep and periodically cool off through the night. When my GF came with me to visit my parents with me last summer, she was confused. The drawer where you put the bills you have to pay, but don't need to pay immediately to live. The drawer is only emptied after it won't close anymore because 16 duplicates have been received and said bill is no closer to getting paid. Yogurt, other grocery containers used as Tupperware. A bunch of basins for hand washing clothes in the bathtub. Cool Whip bowls as Tupperware. A big rock, we used one as a doorstop when I was a kid. Us too. I think they make great doorstops actually. Get a nice colorful piece of granite stone, looks elemental and postmodern. Reused Ziploc bags, they still okay. My mom started doing that, not because of a shortage of money, but because she doesn't like throwing out plastic. A space heater. Apparently some people have a thermostat that just makes their whole house warm. Spacer heaters are useful for if not everybody in the household likes the same temperature. Like my mom is always cold, I'm always hot, so she has a space heater in her room but I don't. Laundry in the bathtub because you can't afford to take it to the laundromat, and you don't have a washer dryer because they're too expensive and your tiny apartment has no hookups for them anyway. Yeah. Once you can afford the drop off and fold, you know you've made it in this world. A large chest freezer stuffed with frozen food from the bargain shop. And enough frozen meat to last a month with no paycheck. That thing in the kitchen. Where you store the things you might need but you never do. But you can't bring yourself to get rid of the stuff. And one plastic grocery bag stuffed full of other grocery balls. The gallon water jugs in the bathroom to shower fill the toilet because the water got shut off again. I remember visiting a friend's house as a kid that had this and I was baffled. Why not just flush? What did I know? I had never paid a utility bill. Putting all your food in the fridge because the cabinets are full of cockroaches and ants. Also, we didn't have central air, so the house sat at 100 degrees in the summer so bread and other grains would mold quickly. Also, putting a wet washcloth in the freezer and put it on the back of your neck to cool you down during summer vacation, and you were home alone. Extension cord connected to another extension cord with a multiple power plug adapter with too many electronic devices connected to it. And if you chase the cable far enough, it goes to your neighbor's outdoor outlet. My ex was wealthy and never understood why I don't answer phone numbers I don't recognize. We just never did that at my house, and now I understand it was probably to avoid debt collectors. A lot of people also don't, just because spam calls can be much more common than legitimate calls when you don't know the number, so that's another reason. Tons of random promotional items, free pens, scrap pads, frisbee, back scratcher, stress ball, etc. And, yes, I came up with this quick list glancing around my dad's house while sitting here. When I was a kid, we had all these real estate and insurance agents giving us notepads with their information on it. We would write NES save codes on them all day. Or use them to keep score in Scrabble or other board games. Another house stuck to the side of yours. I dunno about that. Condos and townhouses can be quite pricey depending on location. The box fan next to my oven to heat the house with oven heat. I was going to say heating my apartment with the oven. I lived in Central Florida, so it didn't stay cold for very long, but I remember a few weeks it was 42 degrees inside my apartment. I was desperate for any kind of relief, so I tried opening the oven. It worked so well. For me it was a bed on the floor with no frame. Paper plates and Dixie cups are the only things in the cabinet. A mostly empty fridge with multiple pizza boxes, beer, mustard, and ketchup in it. No real furniture except a couch and a TV stand.